Hi, so I'm Bernadette Condesso, and I am the new director of college counseling at the Prep. So I think the piece that was most appealing to coming here was the ability to work with a more diverse student body than I had been able to in the past. I have worked at other independent day schools, both domestically and internationally. The population is more diverse, and it just feels like I'll be able to really tap into my skill set to help different kinds of students with different goals and hopes. So, best piece of advice for students, definitely talk to your college counselor and just ask questions. There's a lot of stress around this whole process, and certainly this year more so than in years past for some families. So, my recommendation at all times is speak to your college counselor. Best piece of advice I can give to parents is that if you feel like the laws of physics are disappearing underneath you and you're falling into the vortex, speak to your child's college counselor. Don't listen to what I refer to as cocktail party conversations about college counseling, um, and instead go straight to the source. Ask the college counselor. If you have more questions, um, get in touch with the colleges that you're thinking about for your child and speak to them as well. I think this year, given COVID, given all of the uncertainty, financial, social, emotional that families are facing, um, biggest challenges that I see coming up, and it's still uncertain for us, it's going to be financial aid for students. We don't know where colleges are in terms of their financial abilities. We're hearing different messages from schools. So that's certainly going to be a challenge, is to determine if previous financial aid opportunities are going to stay in place, and whether those that stay in place are going to be reduced, whether there's going to be greater focus on increasing student diversity at universities, and if the universities are going to match that desire for diversity with some dollars. So those are some of the pieces that are keeping me at night sometimes. I think biggest opportunities are for the students that are willing to take chances and look at other schools than the list that they've normally thought of, including parents as well, right? So, are you willing to look at schools in the Midwest? Are you willing to look at schools in the South? Just being more open to the possibilities and to the opportunities out there. And I think that perhaps this year students will be able to do that, and will be more willing to do that as well. Oh, wow. Great question. Favorite place to live. So I definitely have to say a favorite place to live has to be Portugal. This is where my mother's family is from, where I spent my early years until I moved to the States. And I moved a lot because my father was a Navy person. So I'm that typical Navy brat, as they call it, although I like to think that I'm not a brat. Um, Definitely, that's my favorite place to live. Favorite place to work. I mean, I would be silly if I didn't say Fordham Prep, right? And so far, it's been an amazing experience. The last few weeks have just been great. Happy. So the hardest part of last semester was being away from students and having to establish relationships with then juniors, now seniors, via Zoom, right? And there's just something that happens when you're with a student face to face that creates a different relationship. There's a level of trust that you build with a person when you're face to face, as we are right here. Um, so I'm really just super excited to be back on campus with students, and just being able to, again, engage in those conversations, look someone in the eye. And that's, I think, the best part of this job. It's why I went into education, is really to just be able to help students through this, what can be stressful, but which I think is also this amazing opportunity and time for growth and exploration and discovery. And that's exciting.